Howdy, folks. Welcome back to our next Wednesday one shot from Shooting the Shelf. I am Curtis. I'm here with Jesse. Jesse, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you, Curtis?
I am doing most excellent. So this is
Fantastic.
the third of our Wednesday one shots. Hope you folks are enjoying them. We're trying to keep them to about 10 to 15 minutes, and we're trying to keep them as spoiler free as we can. But we're not perfect, so we may slip up here and there. Just be aware. So today we are going to talk about the series Shrinking, which is on Apple TV. This is one I'm not sure how you heard of it, Jesse. I know I heard of it from the Euro Legions guys. John Caulfield had recommended it. Was there somebody that recommended it to you, or you just kind of stumble upon it?
I think I stumbled upon it, but like Sean was talking about it. I think I had seen
Mm.
the first episode, and Sean Scavarna and I were talking about it. And yeah, so I'll blame Sean
All
for
right.
getting me to continue with it.
Gotcha. Well, for those who don't have Apple TV, just so you're aware, I mean, they've got a lot of really good series, and I think we're probably going to cover a few of them as we hit these Wednesday one shots. This one in particular stars Jason Segel. It's got a lot of folks in there, including Harrison Ford, who's just excellent in it. And basically the kind of gist of the story, you've got a shrink, a psychologist or psychiatrist, who has gone through some trauma in his life, some difficult situations, and he's also trying to help others that are going through difficult situations. And this kind of changes his philosophy on how to deal with people and how to um, just advise and help people as they work through their problems. So, and then it's kind of the hijinks that ensue with that. So that's really kind of the gist of it. Anything else to add on that, Jesse?
Again, avoiding spoilers. I mean, there's a pretty big revelation and pretty early in the first episode, but we'll save that for folks to watch it.
Mhm.
That ties really heavily into what his whole deal is. Yeah, so it's mainly following uh Jason Jason Siegel's character Jimmy, and
Mhm.
he works in the same office with Harrison Ford's character Paul and Gabby. They're
Mhm.
kind of peppy younger therapist in that group, and it's a weird dynamic because they're all so different
Yeah.
in their personalities and styles of doing therapy, and it's interesting.
So yeah, they've got like an office with the three of them are all therapists working out of that office. Harrison Ford is really kind of like his mentor, and Gabby is really more like his colleague. And they're all working out of that office, and obviously he runs some of these things by them as he's kind of changing some of his therapy methods. It's For me, I really liked this series because it it wasn't, I mean, just hearing the concept of it, I was like, "Okay, I could see where that would be interesting." Um, and, it's worth giving it a shot. But then watching it, there's really a lot of character development. It's not even just the main character, like the other two therapists in the office. Jason Siegel's character, Jimmy, has a daughter who's going through a lot as well. There's a neighbor lady that her story is in there, as well as some of the patients that he deals with.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of character development and growth as this goes along, and you're getting to see how he's able to help others, or sometimes not help others, and
Right.
how he's able to kind of move on with things himself. So, um, yeah. What else would you say on that?
Yeah, like I feel obviously it's a show, so it does play a little bit, beyond the r- realism, but it stays, I would say, on par, grounded reality as much as like Ted Lasso is.
Hmm.
It's got like a similar, I think, overall tone to it. There's
Hmm.
humor, there's drama, there's a lot of different stuff, and um, yeah, just how messy and complicated lives can interlap.
Mm,
interlace, overlap.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
all of that.
both inter
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those where there's some comedy, there's some drama, but it really more than anything, it's just about these people. And I think it's just a really good series, like a good people series. Yeah, I wouldn't have compared it to Ted Lasso, but now that you said that, like I kind of get that similar vibe as watching Ted Lasso. That it's about these people and their journeys, and how they progress through life, and you know, life's gonna throw some stuff your way sometimes, and how you manage those, and
Yeah,
rely on others too, like not being afraid to ask for help, and lean on others to help you get through some of these things.
yeah, and again, I think I can say this without being spoilery. Like the whole concept, is about a therapist, like you said, he's going through some stuff, and how heavily he gets involved in his patients' lives to
Mm,
his recommendations involve him in their lives, and that's you know a major like no in the mental health
yeah.
therapy. Like for someone you have to open yourself up to as a patient, and you have
Mhm.
to be so vulnerable and stuff with them, but then like they can only do that back and forth, in it as you know the counselor, the therapist, or whatever. So, showing up at somebody's birthday party, or, going to like a sporting event with them, like those things are just like out of the question as long
Yeah.
as
Well,
you remain that. And
and even as simple as just like offering advice, like I think there's the whole mentality that a therapist is really there more to listen than anything else, and not advise you or tell you how you should proceed with your life. And so the whole thing here is he's kind of turning that on its head, and
yeah,
he's seeing the troubles that his patients are getting into on a regular basis, and the things that are plaguing them, and he is offering them ideas on how to adjust and how to do things, which is kind of maybe a little bit taboo in that world. And I know he definitely runs into some issues with his mentor, kind of disagreeing with how he's doing things, and which once again is Harrison Ford, and he is just fantastic in this, man. I
yeah,
mean, some of the just like the quips and one liners and stuff. It's just full on display Harrison Ford in this show. So
yeah. It's great. He's playing like the interview version of Harrison Ford in this show. Like if you see him go on any of the shows
mm,
to talk about movies, he always acts like he's bored with it, and
yeah,
that he doesn't want to be there and everything, at least at the beginning. And that's kind of how this character is. Like he's just so over everything, but you got to still be by the book. And
yeah,
just seeing him come across as so dry, and, because you're used to seeing him as like Indiana Jones, or,
mhm,
I mean, granted, that was 40 years ago, but he's always kind of that more heroic, confident character. And I'd say he's still fairly confident. He's just like,
he's
it's
very
got a different
yeah.
spin on it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very definitely, like you said, by the book, grumpy. Like
Yeah.
it's just he is there's not a whole lot of time in this show where he's just happy. Like he's just
Yeah.
like
There's
this grumpy old man.
there's one moment, I won't spoil what it is for folks, but I think it's in like the second or third episode
Mm.
where you see him like complete joy, and it's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I For the rest of the cast, I thought Gabby was great.
Mm,
I like Liz, the neighbor lady, his friend Brian, that you don't meet till a couple episodes in, but he's really cool. The daughter role was a little annoying, but she's playing a teenager, and it's just one of those like where it's like she's just in one of those teenagers that thinks that they're smarter than their parents and better, whatever.
yeah.
And so it's just annoying on that level. Like it's not a bad performance, like the actress does a really good job of playing that character, but it's just one of those where it's like, "Ugh, just shut up, it's
I
yeah.
think I think they also do a good the actress, oh, where's her name? Is it
It's Alice in the
Alice?
show, the
So
daughter.
Lakita
Yeah.
Maxwell plays Alice. She's I think they do a really good job of like kind of not necessarily getting you on her side per se, but like letting you know why she's behaving the
Oh,
way.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
other than just the typical angsty teenager stuff,
Yeah.
like there's like you get it, and some of it's like there's some things that are a slow build throughout the whole series, but each episode is awesome, and yeah, I think the cast is great. Liz is was it? I just lost the names. Uh, she was on Scrubs. Uh,
Krista Miller.
Krista Miller, yeah, and
Yeah.
so just every time I see her show up on something, it just it's fun.
And her husband in the show, which is Ted McGinley, and his name's Derek in the show. He is hilarious too. Like
Yeah,
he's just a happy idiot, like
yeah,
this guy
yeah,
is just like, yeah, just nothing bothers him, nothing gets him down. At like I know we don't want to spoil anything, but I'll tell one part. So let me hit the spoilers. Spoilers. Um, there at one point his wife is taking too long in the bathroom, so he's just outside peeing in the plants. And like the neighbor comes out and is talking to him, and he's just like, peeing in the plant, like it's totally normal. It's like
yep.
and he's just happy about it. He's like, there's nothing better than just being outside with a nice cool breeze and peeing in the plants. So
Oh,
yeah, anyway, just really good series. We'll like I said, probably doing some more from these Apple ones. For the price, I feel like they don't have a lot of what I would say great movies. But for series wise, Apple TV for the price has a lot of really good series. So like I said, we'll probably be doing some more from there. But yeah,
yeah,
check this one out and let us know what you think. So
yeah, and I'm sure if it looks like I thought I saw a listing on here. Yeah, it says there's 2 seasons. Season 2 is not out yet.
mhm.
So hopefully that will be coming out. I don't know if it needs a season 2, but I would happily continue on with this story.
Oh yeah.
Uh, but yeah, as far as Apple goes, like you said, it's not the most expensive thing, and it doesn't have a lot of movies, and it doesn't have it doesn't have as many options as like Hulu or Netflix or those other things.
Mhm.
But even if I don't like a show that I start on there, like I can tell like it's well made, like it's
Oh
put
yeah.
together well, like the look of it, the cinematography, at least everything I've watched, even if it was only one episode, is just like it's well crafted. So
Yeah, and a lot of the ones that I've watched on there, they also like get you thinking too. Like
mhm.
it's not just a sitcom that's just like a popcorn, sit down and watch and, whatever. It really kind of gets you thinking about yourself and life and, things like that. Not just this series, but a lot of the series they have on there. So I do like that too, that there's a intellect factor, I guess, to it as well.
Yeah, yeah,
So
totally agree.
all right. Well, that was our spoiler-free review of Shrinking. Check it out. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back next Wednesday for another Wednesday one shot. Thanks a
Ooh.
lot.